have a youth who did not get a school, did not get school supplies yesterday, want books that we have some still today. And so if you need one, there are some in the fellowship hall. We don't want to have them left over. So.
Welcome to UrbanEd BR. Today we're interviewing John D. Bennett. John is a husband, father of 3, and pastor of Belfair Church. Welcome to UrbanEd BR, John D. Bennett.
So my oldest son, Cameron, is 17 years old, senior in high school this year, and my middle son, Daniel, is 15 years old. He's a sophomore this year, and my baby girl, Sarah, is 13 years old, and she's in 8th grade this year. We were looking for a school that was going to help them to be prepared for college, and the school that was offered to us in our area is a school that's not doing really well, and so we were looking for something that would be a little bit more in line with what would prep them for the future. Sarah's a very smart, articulate young lady, and she was making, not to brag on my baby, but I'm sorry, I do. I'm proud of her. So she makes straight A's, basically, straight A's, and she wasn't being challenged where she was. And so we wanted to put her in a program that would really pull out of her what we know is in her. There are often people that I talk to that seem as if they're tired of teaching. They don't want to be there. And so I would just tell them, find a way to be inspired, to fall in love with teaching, like you were in love with it years ago. And when our kids come to you, we're looking to send our kids not just to be away from us, but to really be prepared and to be equipped to be who they are ultimately going to be in life. So love on them, prepare them, equip them, challenge them. Find a school that's going to challenge your children, and find a school that's going to focus on academics. I know that there are a lot of schools that focus on other things, but when we think about the future and the fact that we're raising literally the next leaders for our city and nation, we want to put our kids in schools that's going to prepare them to do that. Because it is possible to have a classroom full of students and to see them as one, rather than to see them as individuals who come from different contexts. Some children come from homes where there's abuse, there's violence, there's drug addiction and alcoholism. And so I think it's up to the teacher, especially if she sees in a student some maybe some disconnect or something that isn't quite right. I think it's up to the teacher to make the connection with that student and to try to enter into his or her world to see what's going on with them. Because if they're not passionate about what you're teaching, and if the educators aren't passionate about it, it won't cross over. But it's not enough to have it in the head and the hearts. It's got to move to the hands. And I really think that's where education really matters. It's the what, the so what, and the now what. It's teaching them to actually do something with what we've given them.